Welcome in. It's Sabres versus Lightning on Buffalo Live. This is a live recording of this. You can see this on the Buffalo Live YouTube channel for the first time. We will have a Sabres game. The Sabres are 4 points out of a playoff spot. Play by play will be called by me. Uh, and maybe in the future this will become live. But here we go. Darlene. Oops. As it's Bogosian in the zone, flips it up and through the ice, and it's going to go all the way down. It's going to be Comrie versus Elliott tonight in goal for the Sabres. And the Lightning, as Yoki Haru gets the pass and puts it up through the center ice, and Thompson takes a spill, and it's going to go into the corner where Hedman's going to pick it up and he's going to dump it out. And Samuelson's going to get the long stretch pass, and there is Jeff Skinner, takes a 360 spin, loses the puck to Killorn, and the Lightning come back the other way. Braden points, works a way through, gets caught up between Darlene and Power, and turns the puck over, and here comes the Sabres the other way. It's going to be chipped all the way down the ice, where it's going to be icing from Dylan Cousins. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders tonight. As like I said, Eric Comrie against Brian Elliott. Comrie is in a is not in a funk yet. I mean, he's been in a little bit of a funk over the last few games, but has gone pretty well. And now let's take a look at how the Sabres are lining up tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is what it looks like as play now resumes for the Sabres. As it's now Dylan as this is as it's through. There's Middlestat. Middlestat t- gets away from number 38, Brandon Hankel, as it's going to go into the zone, and Hedman retrieves it. Hedman stands behind his zone net, and brings it forward, and a long stretch pass it's going to miss, and it's going to be an icing call once again on another icing call. So it's a pretty good game so far. Between these two sides, it's a pretty big game between these two. As remember the last meeting between these two teams, it was a foot race and it went into overtime. We'll take a look at the Lightning lineup in just a second as Tyson Jost gets tossed out of the faceoff dot, and Gergensen loses the draw and goes behind the net. There's Jano. It's going to flip it out of the zone, and it's not going to be icing because it hit something on the wall. The linesman said, is Lightning got it deep in the zone, but here comes Tyson Jost, brings it up forward. Kyle Okposo dumps it deep, wide of Elliott, and is going to bounce off the boards and go to Gergensen's and back around to Kyle Okposo. Gets hit behind by Tanner Jeannot. Tanner Jeannot. As here is Jeannot, the newly acquired Tampa Bay Lightning. Behind the net there is Owen Power. And now Yoki Haru on the left hand side as intended for somebody. And here is Sorelli. Sorry, that was not Sorelli. That was Ross Colton. As Hedman and Olsen battles for it now. Back across. There is now retrieved back again by Yoki Haru. Olofsson gives the pass. Olofsson in front, and there is a quick stop there by Elliott. A blocker save by Elliott. Olofsson in the corner, back. Krabs takes it from the high slot. That was blocked. Back to the top. Up, looks for Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin inside. As Stillman drops it deep. Bogosian retrieves, but then loses the puck. Back to the Peterka, loses control at the circle. Sabres still have it deep in the Lightning zone. Krabs, Olofsson. Olofsson waits waits, gives it. Labushkin takes a shot, and that will be saved by Brian Elliott. As the Sabres, good pressure by the Sabres wearing their black and gold unis. As they will go to break, we will stay here and show you the Tampa Bay Lightning, who they got starting up against the Buffalo Sabres. Hagel, Point, Kucherov, Stamkos, Sorelli, Killorn, Colton, Paul, Janot, Maroon, Edward Belmar, and Corey Perry, the veteran. As we showed you the Sabres lineup for a quick second, but we will re-show you their lineup now, as it's going to be their top line: Skinner, Thompson, Quinn, as Tuck is still on IR, as that means Quinn is back onto the top line. Hinostroza, Cousins, Middlestat, and Olofsson. Sorry, Hinostroza, Cousins, Middlestat will be the second line. Olofsson, Krebs, Peterka, Gherkinsons at the post, so Jost rounds out the lineup. Head coach Don Granado did say that Jordan Greenway was going to be in Buffalo today, but did not get here because of the weather. We had some snow, freezing rain, snow, and rain overnight in Buffalo. As we continue in this game, is like I said last time, these two teams faced was on Saturday, was just a few. Actually, was a few days. It was like a week ago. I have it here because I have some stats I which we'll share with you later on in the broadcast here, as they faced them on of uh, the 23rd of February, as Dahlin is back in the lineup after missing the game against Boston. He has the puck, but tried to dump it in deep, and the Tampa Bay defenseman number had a chance there. Perbix, as now Jack Quinn in the first line for the Sabres, as gets it in deep. Perbix is there, and the Thompson behind the net, looking for Skinner, and here comes the Sabres losing control, but they will regain it at neutral ice. Quinn and gives it up. Sorelli will dump it in deep, wide of Comrie, and Dahlin will quickly get it back. Well, he loses the puck behind the Sabres' nets. Sorelli had a chance, but no one was there. Sergachev will just dump it in deep. Matthias Samuelsson will get it, and Hinostroza through center ice loses control. Sergachev regains. Sergachev will just dump it deep into the Sabres zone, as Power will just regain the puck back for the Sabres. Hagel at the top of the zone. That was not Hagel, I don't think. Yes, it was Hagel, as Yoki Haru and the Sabres come back 3-on-2. The quick shots. The quick shot by Dylan Cousins is going to be quickly wrapped up by the by Tampa Bay's goalie Brian Elliott. Well, for Dylan Cousins, quick fact on Dylan Cousins: he broke his leg by an adult in a house game when he was 12 back in Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada. He played a lot of games in Yukon when he was younger against bigger people. So that's a quick nugget to give you there. As is now just going to be dumped in deep for the Sabres to regain the puck. Ian Cole, a former Penguin and Red Wing, will bring it up forward. Will give it to Nicholas Paul. Nick Paul shoots, saves, been there by Eric Comrie. Quite an easy save there. Nick Paul was traded to Tampa Bay last year from Ottawa, and a few years ago, because he also played with the Columbus Blue Jackets as well. No goals so far. 11:57 to go. Opening period. Sabres and Lightning in downtown Buffalo. Labushkin as gets the puck after Akposo wins the draw. It's going to be dumped in deep. Gergensons and Hedman racing after the puck together. Hedman will get there first. It will be whistled out of play. Is it delay of game? Gergensons and Jost all asking for the delay of game. Can they? Will they? Will they give it? As we will sit and wait. Obviously, delay of games here. I have a feed you're getting. I mean, he did just the feed you have in the bottom there. Is certainly is a little bit behind the one I'm calling the game off, and it looks like it should be delayed game. The referees are huddled up against, are huddled around the penalty box area as we wait for the call. I mean, on that play, Hedman was getting chased down by Zemgus Gurkensons. I don't think there's going to be a penalty here, or maybe there will be. He's not. Donnie Granado is not happy. I mean, it did not hit Gurkenson's sticks. It did not, from what it looked like, it did not hit any glass. It just was whacked by Hedman and out of play. By rule, that should be a delay of game penalty. They will not give it. Donnie Granado not happy about it, so it will stay even strength as the Tampa Bay Lightning wins the draw, and they will quickly get out of the zone, but it will be retrieved by Stillman. Traded from the Sabres just a few days ago, had 5 hits in that opening period against the Boston Bruins. Jost would dump it in deep. The Boost can chase after it. He will get the quick shot on net, and Elliott will make the save. And we have a huge scrum between Gergensons, and as Gergensons going at it with some Tampa Bay player. Akposo tied up. It looked like it was Shurkachev as Bogosian and it was Bogosian and Gergensons going at it. Former teammates of one another. Gergensons and Bogosian was here for a few years in Buffalo before being traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Just I would say about 4 years ago. Don't know the exact number of years he was traded away for. Krebs wins the draw, but it's going to get it in deep and quickly retrieved by the Tampa Bay Lightning as Alex Killorn getting hounded by Olofsson but loses the puck. Olofsson as it's Sorelli whiffs on his shots thanks to Matthias Samuelsson back check. It looks like it now will be a penalty, and the Sabres will go on the penalty kill. So a tough play, and Donnie Granado, he is not happy with the refereeing so far in the game. They call a cheap penalty. They call a cheap penalty on the Sabres, but don't give the Lightning a power play. The Sabres a power play on a delay game that was obviously a delay game. That could have been that could have went both ways, as the Sabres will now have to kill a penalty. The Sabres are 31st on the penalty kill, but they went they went they went 2 for 3 against Boston on Thursday night in that 7-1 loss to the Sabres to the Bruins, as the Tampa Bay Lightning, as you will see, are second in on the power play this season, as Stamkos would just get it in deep. 30 seconds has gone in that power play for the Lightning, as it's just going to be chipped around. There's Braden Point, quick shot saved by Eric Comrie. Sabres power play in the last 8 games it has been below average. They've been trying to work on it as of late. 70.6%. They're 12 out of 17. They kill 12 out of 17 tries. 12 power penalties on 17 attempts. That again comes out to 70.6%. It's point wins the draw, and it's just going to be chipped along to Nikita Kucherov back to the top where Mikhail Sergachev is there, works along the blue line, gives it to Stamkos on the left dot in the left circle, back up to Sergachev, looking for Kucherov, back to Sergachev, one time quick shot, and that was blocked by Owen Power as the Sabres now get out of the zone into the neutral ice. Back from Krebs across the power will just dump it down deep as there's 45 ticks left in this power play for the Buffalo Sabres. Sergachev drops it back, and here comes the Lightning, comes back again. Kucherov alongside with Braden Point, stops, turns on the right hash, looks back to Sergachev. Points. Sorry, that was Kucherov. Quick shots as it goes around the boards, and Hagel. Hagel grabs it back to the point, gives it Hedman as that was not sorry, that was Kucherov up to the top, and that will go out of play. It was deflected, and it will come down as Ila Labushkin is shaking up after blocking a shot. But you looking at the Sabres PK right now, it's looking pretty good right now as they're getting down, blocking shots, getting away of opportunities, quickly getting there as you see what happened to Labushkin. He blocked it with his hand, and it goes off his hand, and the rate of these shots that are coming through don't feel good. Edmund quickly shot off the boards, and Perry's going to quickly regain the puck behind the Sabres net as it's just going to dump all the way out of the zone, and that should do it for the Tampa Bay power play as the Sabres are 1 for 1 on the kill. Long pass that would not hit anyone. The Sabres killed the power play as the Sabres will keep their line out and keep their fresh line out, and the Lightning will keep their tired players out because of the icing. The Sabres, like again, I'm going to hear it multiple times. They are 1 point. They're 4 points out of a playoff spot. As that is who the Islander. They're trying to catch the Islanders. Sabres on a 2-game losing streak as the Sabres and Lightning are tied at 0. 8:49 left in the opening period. So we're gonna stay here. Next commercial break, I will step aside and we'll take a commercial break together. But the Sabres did make a trade. They made a couple of trades during the trade deadline. During the trade deadline to 2023, I posted a poll. I don't obviously I was in quite a rush before tonight's game, and just trying to get this wonderful feed up for you for just to record. Obviously, I want to get into sports broadcasting, so this is something I completely admire doing for all you all. But I put it a poll on Twitter. As of last check, it was 23 people voted so far, and it was, how do you grade the Sabres trade deadline moves? Most of the 23 participants did say that they were anywhere from a C to a D. So that means they could have definitely made some better moves as of right now with 2 hours left in the poll. C to D. So that is what you guys think how the Sabres did. They did get Jordan Greenway, 6'6" beast, from the Minnesota Wild. As it's kids takeover day in Buffalo, it's nice to see the kids coming to a game once in a while. it's good. Get the kids involved, get them into the sport of hockey. Support this team because this team's going to be really good over the last few while. And it's the Sabres are going to go back on the kill in a second as Stallion's going to go for hooking as Sorelli whiffs on his shot as we'll give it across. Wait, there's Pubic. Back to Sorelli. Looks to Stamkos. Stem as it will be touched by Samuelson and the Sabres after killing one penalty before just a minute or two ago. They will go back to the kill. They're already 1-for-1 on the kill. A classic hooking call. Don Granado not impressed how the Sabres have played early on in this game. A 12:30 start, one of a few early games for the Sabres this year. As it's back to the penalty kill for the Sabres. In front, looks as point loss control, and Akposo will lead the charge. 2-on-2 the other way. If they get it quick, it could be 3-on-2, but it'll quickly be that quick 2-on-2 will be dismantled by Sergachev, as Sergachev will bring out of the zone, drops it back for Kucherov, as in from Killorn to Point. Point stops up at the right hash, waiting across ice pass to Stephen Stamkos. Waits left dot back Sergachev. Sergachev waits a second, and Dylan Cousin gets a stick in between and back. Waits. Sergachev back up to Lightning Business. Quick shot there by Braden Points. Quick pace that this Lightning power play goes. Sergachev waits, shoots, as it's Comrie going to be there for a save as Alex Killorn just standing in front. They were allowed only one shot on that previous power play for the Lightning on that power play. So the Sabres doing a pretty good job on the penalty kill, getting sticks involved on this penalty kill, getting in the way of shots. As now it's again, because they continue to play as Sergachev at the top of the point looks Kucherov. Right dot, waits. Again, Sorelli. Waits again. There's Kucherov. Back to Sergachev. Kucherov quick shot goes wide. But bounces back. Takes a weird bounce, but Stamkos regains. As the Lightning keep holding 40 seconds after the kill. Ooh, quick shot there by Braden Point. Stamkos wrapped it around the net. Sorelli gets it as Labushkin falls. Sergachev, Stamkos waits, left dot. Behind the net looks Sorelli, Kucherov. Waits, back Sergachev as they continue the way. Oh, quick shot, looks like it went off the post and out. Stamkos, 14 seconds left on the kill. Kucherov, point, quick shot, score! As it's going to be Braden Point, I believe. Yes, Braden Point. As the Sabres will trail by 1, and it's Braden Point on the penalty. On the power play gives the Tampa Bay Lightning a 1-0 lead. As you're going to take a look at this, it's just what they wanted to do the entire time, just get that middle of the ice. They wanted that middle of the ice opened, and that's what it is. They wanted the middle of the ice open. They got it open. There's Braden Point's 39th of the year. And now that is a 7-game goal streak for Braden Point. And he's been he's in his short career, has been doing a really good job. I mean, a fantastic job as they win the face off, as Ian Cole takes the quick shot after the penalty. Eric Comrie this season, as many of you fans who are been watching the Sabres all season, just hoping to see more out of Eric Comrie, obviously out of the entire goaltending uh, team. You just want to see more. You don't want to see the Sabres have to score 6 goals a night. As Krebs he's going to be thrown out of the dots, and Olofsson's going to come in. 6:12 left to go. Still plenty of hockey left. The Sabres trail 1-0. Quick shot by Hedman to take a block and go into the corner. Stillman will get the puck first as the Sabres come back. Will be 1-on-3 for the Sabres as they will. Ooh, quick pass there, quick move there, but doesn't do anything. Stick lift there by Peterka. The Sabres continue to hold the puck. Fans wanting a penalty as one of the Sabres players got hit up high, as Dahlin's going to quickly get it up forward, and here we go. It's Victor Olofsson. Olofsson takes the shot. It's blockered away. It's legged away by Elliott as it's just going to come back all the way down into the Sabres zone. Labushkin gave the puck to Dahlin, and Dahlin holds the puck as he mans the Sabres way through. Quinn's shot is just going to be blocked and going around the net. Here comes the Lightning as they come 2-on-3 the other way. Janot dumps, gets it deep into the corner. Corey Perry gets there first. Samuelson gets it out, and here comes the Sabres as they break out. They cannot get out of their zone, and Janot gets the puck back, and the Sabres are looking like going to the power play now. As it looks like Tanner Janot will go as the Sabres trail by 1 on Braden Point's 39th goal of the year. 4:56 left. Sabres to the power play as when we come back. One nothing Lightning as the Sabres trail 1-0 in the opening period, about 4.5 left. As the Sabres will go to the power play, you're going to take a look at it in a second. It's actually going to be Nick Paul for hooking. As you see there, the Sabres power play at a league average 17.8 over the last 10 games. The Sabres are 6th on the power play this season, as they will get to work in their red and blacks on the power play. Looks to Olofsson. Olofsson, as it's going to be Sorelli, quickly dumps it out of the zone. Sabres were 0 for 3 Thursday night against Boston in that embarrassing 7-1 loss. As Thompson works as it gets clogged up at the blue line, but the Sabres will get the puck back as they quickly do. Cousins drops it deep, drops it back to the point where Dahlin gets it back to Olofsson, deep to the goal line, around Dahlin, waits, blue line, quick shot that goes wide, takes a rebound as Dylan Cousin gets it back and back to Olofsson, back to Dahlin at the point, takes the quick shot, and the puck's still out as that shot was generated and it created some chaos. Looks shot score! Tage Thompson! Sabres tied the game. It's to 1-1. There is Tage's Thompson's his 42nd goal of the year, and the Sabres back are back in the game 1-1. There's his 81st point of the year. How this goal was generated, or just quick pressure gets to Thompson. It was open on the was open on the other side. Again, their entire power play is just generated to get that quick shot by Tage Thompson, and it's just a quick lightning shot through the wickets of Brian Elliott, and the Sabres tie the hockey game with 3:40 left in the game. And the first period, as Tampa Bay is going to quickly come back, trying to get a quick response. As Hedman shot save there, quick to Comrie, and he's quick to cover his own rebound. Oof. Tate Thompson drafted 26th overall in 2016 by the St. Louis Blues. Just a quick shot there by Tage Thompson quickly. Just a wicked shot. I mean, in any other year, I would say that Tage Thompson will win the MVP if Connor McDavid wasn't having a Goretzky type season. As again another face-off win by Tampa Bay. As they're even though it's 1-1, it just seems like this game's being controlled by Tampa. Hagel, as they re-enter the zone at will, back, looks, waits, shots, saved, and that was just nearly wide. Edmund jumps to deep for Kucherov. Rasmus Stalin, as the Sabres try to find their way, trying to find another shot, trying to find another goal as they try to give the kids and their fans a chance to see this team back in the playoffs for the first time in 11 seasons. Purebex, as Lightning try to get it out, and here's Killorn across Ian Cole, the veteran, quick shot, and that is quickly gloved by Eric Comrie. The Sabres in this game so far will quickly try to get the stats of this game as quickly as I can. Again, a one-man crew giving you the game and producing this 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 game as it quickly wins the face-off as it goes behind the net as Owen Power will get it out. There's Petrarca. Was two-manned into the boards as the Lightning regain it in the corner. It's going to be a scrum back around. Looks the shot there, a weak shot from Yoki Haru. 13-9 are the shots in this game. Again, it's quick. It's being controlled by the Tampa Bay Lightning. So far, the Sabres have only won 36% of their faceoffs. But here is the key. Here is the thing: the Sabres have 7 hits currently in this first period. It's been a grind. It's been a physical game for the Sabres. Cousins in the waiting for the faceoff as it dropped there. Quick shot. There's Lyubushkin goes wide as it's going to be recovered there by the Lightning. But Middlestad's going to get the puck. Quick shot saved there by Elliott back around as it's just going to be buried behind the nets. Given to number 23 of the Lightning. But the Sabres regain the puck as the Lightning keep continuing to turn the puck over. Middlestad will get it deep behind the goal to Cousins, but quickly as the Lightning will regain the puck. And here's Ross Colton. Colton waits. Maroon toe drags, waits, lost control as the Sabres will now come back, speeding their way through. Here is Vinny Hinestroza across the Lightning blue line. Middlestad drops the puck back to Yoki Haru as the Lightning will try to get as quickly out of their zone as possible. Power try to get it back into the zone as Cole tried to get it out as Hinestroza regains the puck as the Lightning trying to get out of the zone, but they can't. They're not doing a really good job at it so far. Skinner looks hey, now Jano for the Lightning. Quickly armed there, and here quick long lead pass looked for Skinner as Elliott will just wrap it around. As now the Sabres regain the puck with 35 seconds left in the period. As they, Thompson to Darlene. Darlene was hit there quickly, but not for a lack of effort there to keep this puck in the zone. Wrapped around, and here comes the Sabre. Here comes the Lightning. Darlene gets the puck back, and there's Krebs. It was a long, high pass, and it looked like it hit something, or I think it might have hit the scoreboard. I don't know. It was a weird thing that happened, but the Sabres are generating some really good opportunities so far in this game. I mean, it's a very highly octane offensive period. Each team with 13 shots on nets, which is insane right now. Period is coming to a close, but there's still 5 seconds left as Sabres will try to get one more goal before the end of the period. That won't happen. Very fun and entertaining opening period for the Sabres. It's 1-1 at the end of one. Can't wait for the second period. It happens. Stay tuned for the second period as it's coming up shortly. It's Sabres Hockey on Buffalo Live. As one period in the books between the Lightning and the Sabres, as we will get you ready for the second period as soon as it comes back to as it comes as soon as it gets back as the Sabres in that opening period, even though it seemed like it was controlled by Tampa Bay. The Sabres quickly regained that momentum, got got the power play, and got their feet again moving again. The Lightning just knew where they wanted to go. I guess you could say is that they knew where the puck had to be, and the Sabres showed a very good fight in that opening period. I mean, this is one of their few first first of their one of their few, as I'm just trying to get a graphic up here in a second, and quickly and I'll quickly just uh here we go. And I will let you know. I will quickly let you know. I'll quickly let you know in a second what my thoughts were in that opening period. That opening period for the Sabres was great. I mean, obviously it wasn't flawless, but if the Sabres, if you could say if the Sabres were going to make the playoffs and they had to face the Lightning or the Bruins in the playoffs, this was the game. These are the games just want to see the Sabres see if they can hang around. They couldn't hang. They couldn't hang around against the Bruins for 3 periods. You know, there was a stretch in that Boston game where it just didn't feel like the Sabres were entertained. That didn't seem. Not, I don't think entertain's the word, but they didn't seem they were in they were in the game for as long as many people thought they could have been, right? You in the opening game against Boston, it was Sabres played Boston like Boston was the team to beat, and they were, and then going back to Boston again, and they got manhandled in this opening period. The way the Sabres are playing this how they played in that opening period, they had some fight, they had some grit, and they had tons of energy, and that's what I appreciate for from the Sabres in that opening period is that they showed some fight in that opening period, and it was a great response by the Sabres after from coming out of a game against Boston, right? 7-1. You're like, how are the Sabres going to come out against the Lightning? Again, against the top 5 team in the NHL. You could definitely say one of the better, which could be right now the best team in the NHL. I mean, it's up to you if you want to say that, but I mean, I definitely could say that, but I'm not going to. But the Sabres are just a fun team to watch. They're entertaining and they're doing what they were supposed to do is come out and play up to their strengths against one of the best teams in the NHL. Let's take a look at the first period stats between the Sabres and the Lightning. After one period of play, the shots are tied at 13 apiece. So obviously both teams came out with their offensive firepowers and they played this opening period really good. Both teams had a chance to go on the power play. The Lightning in that opening frame, they were 1 for 2 on the power play, which makes them 50%. The Sabres had one chance on the power play. They went 1 for 1 on their chances. Some other stats we will get into for you at after this quick little timeout. I'm gonna step out, grab some water, fill up a water bottle, and we'll continue this first period intermission report, and maybe I'll try to find some intermission music or break music for us to listen, for you guys to listen to, so you're not listening to just dead air. Uh, we'll get that done Obviously, this is my first broadcast, so I don't want to mess this up as much on OBS as I can. I had some trouble with it earlier, trying to get this recording done, and it's annoying at times. This thing. So I'm going to step out, grab some water, as the Sabres and the Lightning are 1-1 after one period to play. This is the first intermission, and you're listening to Buffalo Sabres hockey on Buffalo Live. Some opening period stats as we continue the intermission report. Again, some stats and an opening period. Sabres and Lightning. The black shot count 5-4. Tampa leads in block shots. Sabres turned the puck over 6 times as the Sabres, and they took the puck away from the Lightning 3 times in that opening frame. The hits in that opening period was 12-7 in favor of the Lightning. Stay right here as the first intermission continues. What? We'll be right back. I got cookies. Where's that from?
BJ's. My cookies. Yes, your cookies?
They weren't. Those weren't the greatest, anyways.
I have some cookies with that. We were so we read back big as balloon.
Balloon.
Yeah, the big balloon.
Where?
Right there.
Yes.
Yeah, right there.
Huh?
On your phone, on your computer.
Yes.
Balloon.
No, I'm balloon. No, I'm balloon. Second period about to start in downtown Buffalo as the Sabres and the Lightning tied at 1 apiece in the opening frame. After one, Tage Thompson tied the hockey game after the first period. Well, here's the thing: the Sabres were in the offensive zone for about 5 minutes in that opening period, but the downside, they were in their defensive zone for about 3.5 minutes at the time. As we continue the second period, as we continue Buffalo Live's coverage of the Buffalo Sabres hockey, um, I have no idea what game is going to be on next week. What game I'm going to cover? I might cover a college basketball game next week. There's a lot of good college basketball games next week. I think the Sabres also play an afternoon matinee against, I think, the Rangers. I think it's next week, a 5 o'clock game against the Rangers. But the Sabres in the month of March. We're going to look at the month of March. It's going to have to be within what are the Sabres' next 5 games? Well, they have the Edmonton Oilers, the Islanders, and the Rangers next week. Those are their 3 games next week. So be very interesting to watch how the Sabres grow and mature over the next 3 games as they continue fighting for a playoff spot in this in a wild Eastern Conference race. As we continue uh continuing this game, as things maybe to look out for in the second period for this, if you're continuing to watch this, is that the Sabres will need another goal in the second period and needs to play a little bit, maybe a better defense in the defensive zone as we start the second period. Off we go as The Sabres continuing to look good in these black and red uniforms. To stay up the pace with these black and red unis, the Sabres will definitely need to score 6 in these black and red uniforms to continue the nice pace on. And here's Matthias Samuelsson quickly drives into the zone. Normally, you don't see Matthias Samuelsson getting on his horse. As here comes the Tampa Bay Lightning as we start the second period. 1-1 Sabres with a 19:10 left to go in the second. Thompson, as he's going to race by 2 players, loses the puck as Hedman gives the poke check, but it's going to be deep in the Tampa Bay zone, and it's going to be the Lightning trying to get out of the zone, but was stand up by Yoki Haru, and here comes a 1-2 pass, gives the point. Point enters the zone, enters the Sabres zone as the Sabres regain the puck as they come through neutral ice. Chipped across, Minnesota. There's the shot. Black. Excuse me. As quick action here, as the Sabres get the puck again deep, gives it to Cousins up for Lyubushkin. The bat behind the net is Middlestat. Middlestat comes up to the boards as there's a 360 spin by Point, but here gets the puck back to Sabres. It's Hinnestros around the net, across to the point to Stillman, over to Lyubushkin. Lyubushkin, as the Sabres continue to dance around the Tampa Bay zone. It's going to be dumped and quickly out, and it's going to be icing call there on the Sabres. I mean, on the Lightning. I don't know who that. I don't know who that 43 guy is. Next commercial break, I'm gonna see who that guy is when seeing him on the ice, and I don't know. He's not on my roster sheet, so I don't know what's his name. We'll figure it out. As it's gonna be one back, and have a feeling. I don't know. Weird. Looked at the rosters this morning, and they look the same. It must have been a pregame pregame swap quickly before the game started. Cousins against Stamkos. Sorry, Krebs against Stamkos as Krebs wins the draw up to the point. Paterka as number 23 loses his helmet as he's going to have to quickly go to the bench. And now the Sabres continuing to pound pressure in the Sabres in the Lightning zone as Maroon pushes down a Sabres player as Sergachev regains it behind his net, but just gets past as here comes Ross Colton as the Lightning come back, and Stamkos alone on the right side, but was quickly defended away, and the Sabres come back 2-on-1. If they get on the horse, they have a 2-on-1. There's Paterka, and that will just be deflected in, and great save there by Brian Elliott, and that could have been a Sabres opening, a quick start to this opening period. All right, not to the opening period, to the second period at KeyBank Center. I think that's McDermott. Nah, Estimont. Estimon. I think his name is. It's an ES person. Oh, I will get that name as quickly as I can get it next commercial break. Cole, as the Sabres, as the Lightning come back the other way, is Tyson Jost. Gets taken down by Tyson Jost as Purick flips into the zone. And here comes the Sabres into the Lightning zone. It's Zemgus Girgensons, but loses the puck quickly to Corey Perry. Here comes the Lightning as they will dump it in deep. It takes a weird hop off the wall as Perry regains the puck as Quickly loses it though, but it'll come back to the point. Whiffs on the puck, and here, oh my goodness, that could have been dangerous. And but it's going to be Skinner, as we thought it was before. Quick shot that goes wide. Quickly wide. That was a great opportunity for Jeff Skinner there, as the Sabres continue to put pressure on this Tampa Bay defense. And that just, I was about to say that could have been that should have been offside in a second or two, but the Sabres didn't touch it, so the play continues. 15:53 left to go in the second period. If you're just joining, it is 1-1 Buffalo and Tampa Bay at downtown Buffalo. As look at that big hits, something that Stillman is going to bring. Oh, that's a nasty swab. And nasty. That's a nasty looking hit there, and that's why Kevin Adams went after him. He's going to be a big physical dude that's gonna get things done like that. Sabres win the draw. Is going to be behind the nets, as Tampa Bay will try to quickly get it out. As it's going to be into the zone, but the Jack Quinn will quickly regain the puck, as the Sabres will try to get going again. Gergenson's through the zone, holding the puck. Sorry, that was not Gergensen. That was Samuelson. Man, his game today is looking really good. As Kucherov, 2 points. Points into the zone. Here's Cole. Hagel. Deep. Looks deep. No, but the Sabres will regain the puck on the left hash. In the left circle. A lot of Thompson. Kicks it one way, but couldn't get the puck onto the stick. Fury. And here's Power. Behind his own net, and he will Cousins in through the zone and gets into the Sabres zone, into the Tampa Bay end. And Estroza to the point, deep into the zone. Cousins battle there with Hedman Cloran, and there is Middlestat there. Quick shot score! Vinny Hinestroza makes it 2-1 Buffalo, as there's his second goal as a Sabre this season, and Buffalo. And it is a quick shot there by Hinestroza in his 23rd game as a Sabre, his 11th point this season. He's been in the AHL most of the year, as there's 2 goals in 3 games for Vinny Hinestroza. But look at how the Sabres get it. It's Middlestat finding Hinestroza in that open area. Even though there's 3 people around, there's still enough time for Middlestat to get the puck and for Hinestroza to get a quick shot off. Beats Brian Elliott, and the Sabres now lead 2-1. As now, here we go. Power. Paterka. Into the zone. Gaines makes a nifty move. Loses control, though it's Krebs. Krebs will get ahead to the point, but the pass to Owen Power is offline. The Sabres have energy with 13:50 to go in the opening in the second period. Pass intended for Paterka, but that didn't happen, and there they come, 2-on-1. The pass is going to be missed, and it's going to be a penalty, a tripping call on Riley Steelman. Sabres, even though they go up 1, Estimont causes a penalty. That's the guy you've been looking for. Vinny Hinestroza makes it 2-1. The Sabres go on the penalty kill after this. 2-1 Sabres as they lead here in the second period. Just about 13 minutes left as Sabres going to have to kill off their third penalty of the game. They are the Lightning are 1 for 2 today in the power play thanks to Braden Point scoring on their second penalty power play of the afternoon. Here we go. Stillman for tripping, but he's played a strong game to this point. Point gains the line as he gets into the zone. Looks across as Kucherov. Kucherov to Sergachev. Stamkos in his house and in the left dot gets it. Looks pass doesn't be complete. Back Kucherov looks shot. Ooh, looking for the shot pass and but Kaloran couldn't get it in. Back to Kucherov. 5 shots tonight on the power play for this team. Back Point just misses as this power play looks dangerous so far. Sergachev, it's going to be off the glove of Comrie as it's just about to get out, and it looks like Sergachev kept it in. Kucherov behind the goal line looks back and will be dumped away as the Sabres have killed the first minute 10 of this power play. There's 50 seconds left in this power play as Hedman brings it back out of the zone, looks out, gives it Colton. Colton with speed behind the net takes the puck, and the puck goes behind and around to Hagel. Hagel point looks for Nick Paul as behind the net, but back Colton. Quick shot, save there, rebound, but it's kept along, and this as it's going to be it's Comrie loses his helmet. That's for the whistle for the Sabres. As that should have been called. I didn't see the his helmet come off. Anyways, Razor said it was terrible terrible awareness. I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see it while calling this game, but you definitely see Eric Comrie yelling, "Hey, hey, hey!" That he definitely did not see that. I mean, the Sabres right now in this penalty kill, keeping everything in check. I mean, they're blocking shots. They're making sure everything is away from the net. I mean, Tommy has is one of their better penalty killers right now. Sergachev looks quick shots to the other side to Steven Stamkos, and that will be cleared away. And the Sabres, this should do it for the Lightning power play. Unless they get one more rush, they will, but that doesn't complete. And here's Gergensen's look like it could have been a rush, but it's going to be Purex. Sergachev, 11.5 to go, second period. Sabres lead by 1 as they get into the zone, as it's going to be Paterka. Cousins now keeps control of the puck, gets around, and we'll get it to Hinostroza. Samuelson, quick pass doesn't hit the stick of Middlestat, but it won't be an icing anyways. Estimans had the puck for a second as Cole will get it back. Looks Cousins at the turnover there by Tampa Bay. Now Power looks far shot, doesn't go as Yogi Haru just dumps it around. We'll make it back to Power. Cousins behind the nets. Looks Power. Still holds the shot, and it will be blockered away by what? Okay. You could have texted me. No. No, you could have texted me. I check. Sabres doing a pretty good job keeping everything playing really good solid defense so far. I mean offense so far. I mean they're keeping this game in a good pace as they lead the shot totals 19 to 16 as it's 6-3 in shot totals for the Sabres in this period. As now looks to Sorelli behind the net Estimons. Simmons looks, but that shot didn't go, and here comes the Sabres. They come 2-on-2 back the other way. Skinner just going to go behind the net. Elliott's the first man back. Bogosian, Jano, up to Sorelli. Perry's there. Perry looks shot. So and they had their net driving to the front of the net. It would look like it's slightly deflected, and now there's some pushing and shoving behind the net. Obviously, Dahlin's in there. With Corey Perry, looks like Sorelli, and oof, Sorelli's giving Dahlin a face wash, and it looks like there might be a couple penalties here. Maybe? He was pointing at a couple of players. There's 10 minutes left in this opening period, in the second period. 10 on the nose, but you're going to see the shot. My goodness. That definitely could have been a great opportunity there, just washed away by Eric Comrie. And then here's all the stuff that comes after the play and that the referee allows happen, as you just see everyone's there for one another. And then you're going to see the referee look like he was pointing at somebody. that that you're gonna go, but that did not happen. But for Rasmus Dahlin, who was in that scrum, was the first he was the first Swede defenseman to be drafted number 1 overall since Matt Sudin in. So that's a cool nugget for Rasmus Dahlin. And now here they come 2-on-1. It's Paterka and it looks like Olofsson. Oh, but what a block there by the Tampa Bay defenseman that was back there. It looked like it might have been Victor Hedman. Key block there, key moment in this game. Stillman gets shouldered into the boards by Ross Colton. Hedman looks to number 43, takes the shots, and it's going to be there. And Maroon's going to get in it with Stillman, and it's Stillman and Maroon as it's quickly filed up by Pat Maroon as Stillman bringing some grit to the table. He's the guy that the Lightning players don't like. And my goodness, I love this guy. I'm starting to like him. I didn't like the trade, but now I'm starting to like it. He is playing the nitty-gritty game. I mean, man, he's just going to be a beast out there. As as we all know, he is definitely going to be a beast out there today. And am furiously trying to fix my Tampa Bay Lightning. My Tampa Bay Lightning roster here. Um because I don't got the right names on here. They switched it on me as I fiercely go through. But hey, as you're listening, you should give uh, you should give the Buffalo Live podcast to listen to each week. Each week on Tuesday comes out at 5 a.m. You should listen to the show. We talk Sabres, we talk Bills, we talk NFL, we talk NHL. Now, as we get closer to March Madness, we're going to start talking a little bit about March Madness. Baseball's coming around. We're, we're going to talk a little bit about baseball. In about 30 to 35 minutes, you will definitely hear some good pointers and some great opinions from 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 me, the host, as well. We're going to try to talk about everything as we could definitely that we could definitely get to. As here we go. It's Darren Radish, the other guy is. As it looks like the Sabres are going to the power play. It's going to be Pat Maroon. It looked like he's going to go for roughing. Well, that means the Sabres are 1-for-1 on the power play so far. Give us another chance. Here we go. Darlene. It was roughing for Pat Maroon. And it looks to Skinner. Darlene. Skinner won quick shots, but it was blocked, and that defenseman not feeling. He's feeling it. It's Ian Cole who's feeling it. Cirelli's going to take it, and it's going to be a Sabres. It's going to be the Sabres going to the going to be 4-on-4, and the rivalry here is getting heated. And there we go, because there's a couple of players on the ice, and it looks like Matthias Samuelsson is shucking up behind there. No, sorry, that's Skinner. It's Skinner who's shucking up, and he's not feeling too all right. He just got up now. Oh, and Skinner's going to go after Cirelli, who took him down. And here we go, a fascinating start to this second in this middle frame here, middle of this Pierce. Skinner not too happy about what what Sorelli did to him, and words are being spoken to on a line scrum here for the Sabres as this game is getting heated quickly for the Sabres and Lightning. Ooh, wow. Entertaining. I mean, talk about an Eastern Conference game that means a lot. And you're going to see here, it's going to be they're going to call it was going to be a tripping call on Darlene, but it looks like it was just in the college game would have been called a kneeing as ooh yeah, and then people went after that is and then it looked like Hagel went after Darlene who's on the ice, and then Skinner was flattened, and they were just there for their teammates in a very so Darlene is going to get kneeing. Skinner is going to get 2 for roughing, and Sorelli is going to get 2 for roughing. Where the calls from the referee, and that was an obvious kneeing. The the roughing comes after, but as it's this game started at 12:30 and it's 2:01 Eastern, and well, puck drop was a little after 12:30. It was 12:40, so a quite an eventful period and a half so far, as Don Granado is getting the escal exclamation getting the explanation from one of the referees at tonight's game. I mean, at this afternoon's game. I mean, Don Granado during this entirety of this game has not been happy with the refereeing so far. But I mean, in a game like this, the referees know what they're going to be facing, and there's a high stakes game for both sides, mainly for the Sabres because they're 4 points out of a playoff spot. Tampa Bay kind of knows the direction where they're going to go, and the players they're going to make it unless they tank in the last month and a half and some stuff happens. But obviously, Tampa Bay knows they're probably going to face Toronto in their opening round. But here we go. We have some open hockey so far, 4-on-4 for the next minute and 20 seconds. As now we got some open hockey. I think Tampa Bay will go to the power play. We'll have a brief power play after this 4-on-4. I think. Or it might go 5-on-3. We'll figure it out after. As we still got another minute and 4-on-4. 2-1 Sabres, 8.5 to go. Second period. As Hedman brings it forward. Through center. Points. Waits. Gets the pucks. It looks to Hedman. Hedman, there is Purix. As the Sabres will get the puck right back behind their own zone. And here comes the Sabres. Power. It wasn't an egregious kneeing, so I don't expect the NHL player safety to suspend Darlene for that. But we'll see. Samuelsson. power, shot, save Elliott. As now Hagel, they will come 3-on-2 the other way as they gain the Sabres line. Looks Hedman, shot saved there by Eric Comrie. 7:43 left in the second period, 14 seconds left on 4-on-4 hockey. As this game is getting just something to keep an eye on through this game, through the rest of this game, is that the how the referees are going to handle this type of game is how this team how they're going to handle it for the rest of this game. I think it's going to be interesting to watch. So I would on keep an eye on what how the referees will handle this in the upcoming game, in the upcoming period, in the rest of this game. As Jost will gain the Tampa Bay line, as we'll give it to Cousins. Cousins look for Samuels, and there's Jost! And the Sabres! Backhand shot by Jost, and the Sabres lead by 2. It's 3-1 Buffalo. There is Tyson Jost, his 6th goal in the season, his 21st point, and the Sabres now gain a 3-1 advantage against the 3-time Stanley Cup champions Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, I mean, you're gonna take a look at it. It's just a bounce, and it's just gonna takes a nice bounce to Tyson Jost. Tyson Jost, what he's gonna do there, and he's just gonna put it in the back of the net. Just something like that. Just see they enter the zone. Jones is just going to go to the front of net like he's supposed to go to, and he gets the bounce, his 6th goal of the season, and the Sabres now lead by 2. As the Lightning will go on about a 25-second power play, as now Killorn gains the line, gets in, as gets a hit by Samuelson around the net, gives it to Stamkos. 10 seconds left, and the man advantage for the Lightning. Sergachev, Stamkos, shoots, it just doesn't get there. It was blocked there. We will play full strength now. Giz as good into the zone. Point off the puck quickly and out of the zone. Sergachev misses his intended targets. There, though, the Sabres now get it. He regains the puck. Is Samuelson will flip it out of the zone. And it's just going to hit Estimons, and there is quick shot there by look like Thompson. Thompson gets the puck. Around gets the point. Around to the right side, to the right circle, middle stats. Looks, waits, back, power to the point. Stillman rockets the shot, goes wide. As now it goes around the net, and here is Thompson. Thompson try to get it deep, and but now 3-on-3 as it gets into the zone. It's going to be an offside call, and oh, it's Stillman. Stillman and Janot will go, and here we go. The sticks have dropped, the gloves have dropped, and here couple of uppercuts. In it, they are scrappy kids, and Stillman will just go down with 5:57 left. Ooh. And now there now is some blood coming. It looks like from the nose of Stillman. It's a scrappy second period. 5:57 left to go in the second period. 3-1 Sabres. We're going to step aside for a few minutes. 3-1 Sabres as we're coming back from break, as we're also coming back from a fight. My goodness, as Tanner Janot and Riley Stillman both dropped the gloves with about 5:57 left to go. Both will probably just stay in the locker room until the end of the period. This is the type of game, playoff game. Can the Sabres manage this type of game? They're showing this right now. They're showing that they can play this type of game. This type of eh, sorry. I am just I'm in a group chat right now, so also looking at that, looking at my phone. Obviously bad on me for doing that. But I mean, they're playing this game. They're playing a Tampa Bay Lightning team. They beat 6-5 just on the 23rd of February. They play that game, high energy game, a lot of goals. This game is completely different than the game they played in Tampa. There's physicality, there's offense, and there's a lot of defense. And they're gaining a lot of respect out of this game. And so is Riley Stillman. Just being there for his players is something that the Sabres just needed. And there's the quick shot by Bogosian and Comrie looking cool tonight. As that shot just be flipped into the zone. Both Obviously, we all know fighting is 5 minutes. Both will actually are in the box right now. So they're just going to let it sit. They'll come back around 57 seconds left in the second period as that will just leave the Sabre zone. And Bogosian takes off the deflection off middle stat stick, so it will stay in the Lightning zone. And Astroza loses the puck and it will be cleared away, and the Sabres will still continue to gain the puck as my TV, as MSG's feed here that I'm calling off the game from froze for a second. Thompson loses the puck and is just going to run it into the goal, but Comrie is actually not going to have puck. It went behind the net, and here comes the Sabres. Took a deflection. No, it did not go out of play. I was looking at the fan reaction there. It looked like it went out of play for a moment. Here comes the Sabres the other way. It looks like it was Henry Jokiharju. Jokiharju uses the puck, but it would get out of the zone and back to the Sabres. Sabres will gain the Lightning line, dumped deep by Thompson. As Elliott gets it to Hedman, Sabres quickly on Hedman, Stamkos. Hedman off quick pressure there by Jeff Skinner off him into the bleachers and out of play. But just a lot of, again, you're going to quickly look at this. I mean, the Sabres are just playing physical games. Just what Riley Steelman has brought to the table, it has been fascinating to watch so far in this game. He's bringing tons of energy for the Sabres. 17-11 are the hits so far in this game as Killorn brings it up for Nick Paul. Killorn to the point, and it would be flipped back into the Sabres net. It would hit the mesh and out of play. Well, Braden Point earlier today extended his 6-game goal streak. He scored the opening goal of the game on the power play. That 6-game goal streak has now gone to 7. He scored also a few nights ago against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sabres win the draw. Will go back to low on power as they will gain center ice. The Sabres, as Power he takes it all by himself, drops it to Krebs, and that shot goes off as Krebs takes the shot and saved by Elliott. Killorn gains the Sabres line into the Sabres zone. Dumps it deep behind the net. Nick Paul waits. Lyubushkin all over him. Krebs now will take it away back to Power. Killorn try on Power, but Power just get it around the boards. Out it comes, and back to Buffalo. Into center ice. It's just going to be dumped into the zone by JJ. Sergachev behind his own net. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Sabres lead 3-2 downtown Buffalo. Sergachev across into the Sabre zone now is Estamans. Around the net, Stalin regains the puck. In their own zone, off the boards, and will be into the center ice and sit as Jost. Jost with Hinestroza. Jost shot saved by Elliott. Rebound there, but Hedman will bring it back out for the Tampa Bay Lightning. As here comes Radish. Sorry, Prierix. As taken away by Jost, and here comes the Sabres the other way. Akposo. 1-on-2. As Jost gets the puck back. Six shot blocker saved away there by Brian Elliott. Back to the point. Power dangles around one. Takes the shot, but it was blocked. As now it will now be Kucherov. Up the zone, Sorelli. Look to Hedman. 1-on-1 with Owen Power. But he will stop, turn, and continue to keep the puck into the Sabre zone. Maroon. Pat Maroon. It takes the shot, and that doesn't go. Maroon won the Stanley Cup with St. Louis, then next year with Tampa Bay. They keep the puck in the zone with a minute 40 left to go in the second period, as Sabres having trouble to get the puck out of their zones. Kucherov there, Maroon. There is Jokiharju who has it on his stick. Jost will just lift it up out of the zone, and Hinestroza, Middlestat into the Tampa Bay zone, takes the shot, and there's a chest save there by Elliott. Gives out a rebound, and Sabres keep it in the zone. Samuelson takes the shot. It will be saved there quickly by Elliott. Sabres continuing to keep the puck out of the zone, but Maroon gets it out as the Sabres regain it at center ice with Hinestroza into the zone. Cousins, Colton there will be there to intercept and dump it down back into the Sabres zone and regained by Samuelson. 50 seconds to go in the second period between the Lightning and the Sabres. Samuelson tried to get it into the Lightning zone, but failed to do so. As it's flipped back into the Sabre zone, left side to point to Ian Cole. Cole looks to point, and it's quickly sticked away by one of the Sabres players. Pirix dumps it deep back into the Sabre zone, but Skinner is going to regain the puck and comes up to the center of the ice. It's Thompson, looks, Quinn, shot, score! And the Sabres lead by 3. Jack Quinn, as there is Quinn's 12th goal of the season and his 29th point, and the Sabres lead by 3 with 13.5 left to go in the second period in Buffalo. You're just going to see, is this going to be Thompson takes it up to the middle of the ice and drops it to Jack Quinn, and that's just all Tage Thompson know where to put the puck, and there is Jack Quinn, takes a couple of steps, regained the puck, and found where he wanted the puck to go. He took the shot and he put it into the back of the net and gives the Sabres a 3-goal advantage over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay been having their own goaltending problems as of late. Been allowing about 3 to 4 goals a game, and again the Sabres put a 4 spot. As there we go, as the second period of play has ended. A wild second period. Tons of penalties, tons of hits, tons of action. Sabres lead 4-1 as they will as the fans salute their effort as Sabres lead 4-1. The second period intermission report coming straight coming right after this quick break here. I'm just gonna go grab some water and be right back for here. Again, sorry for some of this some of this dead air that during commercials break, but obviously this is a recording, so you can just always just skip it if you just feel. All right, we'll be right back for one after 2 in downtown Buffalo. second period intermission report here on Buffalo Live, as you're listening to a live recording of the Sabres and Lightning. 4-1 at the end of two periods of play. You got everything in that opening period. You got, in that second period, you got shots. You got offense. You got fight. You got physical play. Just everything that you wanted to see out of the Buffalo Sabres in that second period. We will take a look at one player in particular that I thought really stood out in that second period was Riley Steelman. Even though he's played about 7 minutes in that second period in the entire game, he had that 5 minute for fighting penalty in that second period. I think he's proving himself that he could that he could be the guy that the Sabres thought he was going to be. Obviously, many many Sabres fans hated this trade. I didn't like it either. But one thing when I looked into Riley Steelman is that he brought physical play. He brought he was physical. I mean, I saw how many hits he had in the 21-22 season. He had 152 hits in the second period in his 23-year-old season. 23-year-old in 52 games getting 152 hits is just beyond manageable because just look at 23. I mean, at that time he's probably grown since then. He probably came into the league 6'2" maybe. But what Riley Steelman is now at 6'4", 196-pound person, able to lay down the body, lay down and block shots, and be there for the Sabres offensively is what I mean. Not offensively, defensively. Literally just bam, put the body into somebody else's body to know where to be defensively and when to lay down and fight and bring energy. Something that that he has brought in this game, right? Obviously, his first game against Boston, that 5 hit period, and then the Sabres just lost energy from there. What Riley Steelman has now brought in his 7 minutes and 51 seconds of ice time in the second period, he's brought energy. He's brought the physical play. The fans are invested now into this game because the Sabres were able to use their energy that they built off from all the high hits, all the all the hitting and physical play, the fight. It's just play off. It just feels like a play off atmosphere in this game. So I think that what the GM did to get Riley Stillman is good. Same thing for Jordan Greenway. We're gonna be talking the same way for Jordan Greenway in a few days. His first games might not be the best game, but his second game uh he's gonna bring some physical play. Sabres. Sabres lead 4-1 in at the end of two periods of play. So I've been on air for about a minute, for an hour and 45 minutes here, just to give you the feed, to give you the game you want. Obviously, I will try to make this go live as soon as try to make these games live. Obviously, this is just a test run, just a test run, and see how I like see how I would like to run something like this if I would ever go live, and it's just done a pretty good job. I want to give you before we head out to a quick intermission break, and then give you some second period, some game stats here as we'll come back from break. I just want to give you the stat. This this quote from the Sabres GM just yesterday as he did his post trade deadline interview. He goes, "It's our own pool." No, that's not the quote. That's not. Oh, here it is. Teams were certainly trying to bully us. That's the quote I'm going to give you there. Is that teams were trying to bully us. Getting a guy like Riley Steelman and Jordan Greenway will hopefully stop other teams trying to bully us. 4-1 after 2, you're listening to the Buffalo Sabres on Buffalo Live. Second period in the books between Lightning and Sabres as let's take a look at the out of town scoreboard on a Saturday afternoon. The Sabres again 4 points out of a playoff spot. A win definitely would help, but they also will need some help as well. So it's always important to get some help. The Islanders are beating the Detroit Red Wings 2-1. Boston up 2-1 against the Rangers. Those are the other two games currently going on as we speak. Let's take a look at what the Eastern Conference playoffs look like. The Islanders. Yeah, we do need the Islanders to lose. So, so we need the light. So we need the Detroit Red Wings, who are who are at 65 points as well. So it's one of those games that we kind of need both teams to lose, but the Sabres can hold on. They'll be at 68 points, and if the Red Wings win, they'll be at 67 points. For the Sabres, again, it would just be one of those things. If the Red Wings win, it just will help the Sabres even more because the Sabres then will gain an opportunity to get from four to potentially be 2 points behind the Islanders. So again, the Islanders are winning 2-1. It's in the third period with 10:25 left to go. Pittsburgh plays Florida 6 o'clock tonight. Uh, 6 o'clock tonight. Uh, Another games to keep an eye on. Columbus and Ottawa happening again tonight at 7 o'clock. Toronto will take on the Vancouver Canucks 7 o'clock Eastern as well. As in the Western Conference, it rounds out with Minnesota and Calgary in a Western Conference battle. Uh, in the Western Conference, some games tomorrow. Um, are some good games tomorrow. Tampa Bay plays a second of a back-to-back game tomorrow against the Carolina Hurricanes, as the Sabres won't play again until Tuesday when they face the New York Islanders on ESPN Plus, and that means their Thursday game will be against their Wednesday. They had a couple of games on ESPN Plus. I thought it was back to back, but it's not. Well, let's take a look at the game stats in this game so far as we get closer to the third period of play, closer to the team. Geez, where are my stats? Here we go. There's my stats. All right. After two periods, the shots and goal, the Sabres lead 30-21. After two periods, the Sabres are 1 for 2 on the power play. They're 3 for 4 on the penalty kill. So that means 25%, 1 for 4 for Tampa Bay and their power plays. Sabres again losing a lot of their faceoffs today. They're 37%, but they have 6 blocked shots in that opening frame over the last two periods. 13 hits also during this span during the first 40 minutes of play. You should also give Buffalo Live a listen to. Why? Listen to this. There's a new movie coming out called Unbelievable. Take a listen to it on our YouTube channel. Link in the description below. I interviewed Greg Lamberson, who is the producer of this locally filmed movie called Unbelievable. It's actually starting to film this month. So take a listen to that. It will definitely blow your mind of this independent film that is being produced in Buffalo. But back to the Sabres game. It is currently 4-1. Sabres, Darlene, where who we thought was put on IR, apparently not. He returned to practice on Friday and is in this game and has been playing some really good hockey. As we go, the puck has dropped for the final 20 minutes of play. The Sabres in comfortable lead of 4-1 so far as this third period starts with an icing call. Um, GM of the Buffalo Sabres again had his post trade deadline interview yesterday. He says, "I know what it takes to win in this league, and I know we have it." I'm saying the guys that we got right now, it's the guys we're rolling with so far in this game. So for the rest of the season and continuing to move forward. Here we go. Podcast as 1940 left to go in the opening period as the Lightning keep it in the zone as Tage Thompson gets in deep in the zone, and it looks like the Sabres will have to kill another penalty. Or no, the Sabres are going to the power play. It's Estimont going to going to the box as the Sabres will start on an early power play early on in this game. Many Sabres fans wanted Jacob Chikrin during the trade deadline. Kevin Adams did say yesterday that the asking price for Jacob Chikrin was a this year's first Savoy and Coolidge. Sabres enter the power play as it's going to be dumped out by Tampa Bay. It was a holding call on Estimont. They labeled him as a center. So they came out with a couple more forwards in tonight's game than what I had listed into this game. And it's going to come out. Skinner scores. Jeff Skinner makes it 5-1 Buffalo. It's now they lead by 2, and now they are 2 for 3 on the power play. And the Sabres continuing to pour it on in downtown Buffalo. An unassisted goal as the Sabres will lead by 4. Jeez, you're just going to see this puck is just going to, again, it just finds the stick of Skinner, and Skinner puts it on his stick, rifles it top corner, and just, again, poor puck management from the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's been happening all game. Is that the Lightning just have not been handling the puck well. There's his 26th goal of the year. Again, the Sabres now lead by 4-5 to 1 on Kids Takeover Day. Again, these black and red jerseys is giving the Sabres all the juice in the world. They're one goal away from uh their typical 6-goal outing with these black and red jerseys. As Colton wins the faceoff as the Lightning will regain the Lightning zone. As here now, in a minute we'll just refresh your brain on the lineups tonight. I didn't do it in the second period. Sorry about that. Labushkin regains the puck in their own zone. 5-1 Sabres, 18 and a half left to go in the third period in Buffalo, where the fans are juiced up. Middlestat takes the shot that just goes wide as Vinny Hinostroza gets the puck deep in the Buffalo zone, deep in the Tampa Bay zone, as Sergachev will use his speed to get up to center ice and stick handle his way through into the Sabre zone, dumps it deep behind the net as Power regains the puck. The Sabres will flip it into the Lightning zone. It will just go on Elliott, so it will not be a power play. So it will not be an icing. Brian Elliott has a .897 save percentage and a 3.17 goals against average this season. As quick shot saved by Comrie, as we'll take a again. I'll show you. Oh, where is it? I'll show you the Sabres, the net miners, the net. Jeez, where is it? Show you the. I'll show you the Sabres. Show you these lineups in a second if I can get there. The two goalies was about to show you in a second. We'll talk more about Brian Elliott in a second and Eric Comrie in a second. Labushkin dumps it into the zone. There is Ian Cole. The save as they will gain center ice and into the zone are come the Lightning. First point two was Labushkin, so the Sabres get the puck back. Loses control though into the zone, and it's Nicholas Paul looks to the top, takes the shot. Pyrrhic score. A shot from the high points as Pyrrhic scores, and the Lightning are back within 3 now as Purex his 5th goal of the season, make it his 19th point of the year. 7:05 left, and the Sabres will now lead 5-2. Again, just get the puck into just what the Lightning want to do today. They just want to get the puck into the middle of the ice and work it from low to high. And here they work it high, and it's just from middle of the ice, and they're just going to be laser it in as Sabres as the Lightning will get another one onto the board. Samuelson. There is Skinner into the line and now into the zone with power. Flips it deep. Bogosian. Janot. As the Sabres still have it in the Sabres in the Lightning zone as Estamance was there to get the puck out of their zone, but it will be back in Buffalo's territory, but the Sabres would get up to center ice. And here comes Tage Thompson. Pokes the puck into the Tampa Bay zone, but Janot was there for the Tampa Bay Lightning to recover the puck and to get it out of their zone. There is Zach Bogosian takes a deflection off Yoki Haru, and the Sabres regain the puck with 16 minutes to go. They lead by 3 at home on Kids Takeover Day. Cousins into the zone, puts the puck off the boards. It stays behind his net, and the Lightning will regroup and get the puck back, and they will break out 2-on-2 the other way into the Sabre zone. Colton there, and it's a blocker side by Eric Comrie. As Cousins chips it into the Sabre zone, Hedman regains the puck, and here comes Tampa Bay. Corey Perry just knows his end of his shift, and he just puts the puck into the Sabre zone, and they will regroup across to the neutral zone, and it'll just be flipped, and it goes a little too far, and it'll be an icing. Back to the goalie matchup tonight, between the Sabres and the uh Sabres and the Jesus Sabres and the Lightning. You take a look at it there, and Brian Elliott against the Sabres is 24-2 against the Sabres. We'll talk a little bit more about it in a second as the puck is deep into the Sabres zone, and as Labushkin to the behind uh, a a a puck battle behind the nets, behind the Sabres net, and the right side of the boards now. And it is again, Sabres don't mind this because more time comes off the clock. 14:45 left to go, third period. Pirix. The Lightning as the Sabres can't get out of their zone. Jost loses control. The puck is still in the Sabre zone, and he tried to get it off the board, but that doesn't leave. So the Lightning continue to put the pressure more on the Sabres. Babushkin gets the puck back, and Okposo will finally take it out of the zone for the Sabres, dump it deep into the Tampa Bay end. Killorn will regain the puck, put around his net, and it's going to be Estamante look like the clear. Power. 14 minutes left, third period. Sabres lead by 3 on home ice. Wearing their black and red go heads. That shot goes wide, it looked like from Jost. As they looked rink wide. Radish. Across. And now the Sabres. As now they get it in deep. Janot looks, and there's Sorelli, but try to get it back, try to find one of his line mates, but couldn't. And the Sabres break 3-on-3 the other way. Olsen drops to Krebs, takes the shot, it was blocked, looked like from either Sorelli or Hedman. Olofsson back to the points. Krebs fakes his shots. Waits, gives it. It looks like Samuelson. Samuelson gives it Olofsson in the middle of in the slot area, but just will miss wide. Estamance will break for the Lightning and dump it deep, but it actually hit off the linesman. Hope he's okay, and he's alright. He will get up, and the play will continue into the neutral zone. And here comes Lightning again. Behind the net, Colton takes the shot to be off the side of the net, but it doesn't matter. It's a save and it doesn't go. I think that linesman's still laboring. No, he's all right. And now Sergachev in the middle of the ice and goes back into zone. Sergachev across ice gives it Maroon. Maroon, one quick pass over the Perry. There was Darlene in the middle of that to deflect that to a side. Behind the Sabres, Nano broke back to the point. Bogosian, quick save by Eric Comrie. Whacked out of midair by Corey Perry. And here comes the Sabres into the neutral zone, and it will just dump it into the Lightning area by Jack Quinn. Sergachev behind his own nets. 12:05 to go. Third period, 5-2 Sabres in downtown Buffalo KeyBank Center. Dumped deep into the zone as Killorn will get there first. Battled with Labushkin. The puck again will just bounce back to the point where it's just going to be dumped back into the Sabres end. Labushkin looked like tried to flip it forward. Sorry, that was Middlesex who tried to flip it forward but couldn't get it out of his own zone. Big hit there by Matthias Samuelsson. Looks like a delayed call coming up, and it's going to be a tripping call on Matthias Samuelsson. Sabres will go to the kill. Jeff Skinner made it 5-1, and then Purix made it 5-2. As the Sabres lead, they head to break. We'll stay here because I want to continue to talk to you about the goalie matchup between these two sides. I'm like, well, you're like, why the heck am I talking about these two goalies in as we get closer to the halfway point of the third period? It's that because Brian Elliott against the Sabres, I mean, he seems to find success against the Buffalo Sabres. He's 24-2 against the Sabres, 2.02 goals against, and a 93% save percentage. Over the last couple of games against the Sabres, he has not performed particularly up to par, and I guess that's the case here, right? What is the Sabres? What is the what is John Cooper's idea against the Sabres? Well, we played the Sabres back at home ice. We lose 6-5. It was just crazy. But the thing is, you're gonna have to know is that the Sabres are probably just going to be the team that's going to score anywhere from 3 to 5 goals a night. So whoever you place in net to better be up to par to play the Sabres. We'll step aside for a quick second so I can grab some water. We'll be right back in just a quick second. Back, back in, back to the Sabres game. Welcome back. You're listening to this to a presentation of Buffalo Live Sabres game. Lightning to the power play, and it's going to be a delayed penalty as they break out 3-on-1. It's going to be Hinnerstro that takes the shot wide, and the beginning of the Lightning power play is just not going to stick long. It only lasted for 20 seconds, and Corey Perry will go to the box for interference. Oh, tripping. Perry will go for tripping. Well, Braden Point scored a goal in tonight's game, extending his goal streak to 7 games, and that means that is his 10th goal against the Buffalo Sabres and his 22nd point against Buffalo in 21 games against the Sabres. Well, this is his 22nd, so he's getting about a point a night against the Sabres. So he's been a dominant force in the series against the Sabres. 4-on-4 hockey for about a minute and a half left in this game. In the 4-on-4, sorry. Skinner gains the line and gets into the Lightning zone. There is Dahlin, stick handles away, will do a 360 back to the point. He continues to stick handle his way through. Waits back to Yokiharu at the point. Yokiharu dances across the line, still waits as it is sorry, I just lost words for a second. Pyrrhix, as the Lightning regain the puck as 55 seconds left in the 4-on-4. The Sabres will go on a 20-second power play in about 45 seconds. 10, 20 left to go. Third period. Hagel will gain center ice and will give it across. As that doesn't last long, as here is Nick Paul regains the puck after it took a weird bounce. Paul behind the nets. There is Hagel. Hagel will give it across as Paul regains the puck, and Hagel as they continue to play catch those two. As Sabres gain the center ice and just lose control of the puck, and Nick Paul back into the Sabre zone as he lays a hit on Ilya Lyubushkin. As the Sabres try to get out of their zone, but Hedman was there quickly into the Sabre zone still for about 2 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Now the Sabres go on their short little power play. Lyubushkin, Quinn, just not enough time to get something going. They have time for one rush. Krebs, 10 seconds left in the penalty. Power looks, takes the shot, was blocked by Tanner Jeannot, but there it is. It's Jost. Block shot back to the point. Power. Oh, what a save by Brian Elliott on that quick shot by JJ Paterki. Got his glove there. Back to the point, though. The Sabres continue to keep it in the zone. 9 minutes left in the third period. And Buffalo is that chance didn't last long for the Sabres. But they produced something really good there. As it's behind the Sabres nets. Krebs. As the battle along boards. Behind the Sabres that now is Ross Colton in a battle with power, but he's manned by three Sabres and outmanned there. As Krebs will bring it up out of the Sabre zone up to center ice. Krebs will just knew it was the end of his shift, and then he's just gonna flip it deep into the Sabres in the Lightning zone, and Sergachev will will break for the Lightning. And that would just miss everyone from Mikhail Sergachev into the Sabre zone. That would be an icing for the Sabres. Well, obviously, the Sabres power play has been in a rut over the last few games. 0 for 3 against Boston, 1 for 3 against Columbus, and 0 for 3 against Washington. Their Sabres power play has two goals on 4 attempts so far in this game. So 50% playing really good hockey on the power play today as Cousins loses draw with Ross Colton, but it would just be regained by the Sabres. A lot of hard work in this game for the Sabres. Dennis Rosa across, couldn't get it to look like Casey Middlestat. Power at the point, quick shots! Is going to be a quick hard shot there. Elliott with the save. That was from Hinostroza. Cousins, outman there, but Sabres regain the puck at center ice. They will Lightning on a change, and they try to get them caught quickly, and it's going to be a hand pass. No, the Sabres are going to go back on the power play here in a second. Um, we'll figure it out in a. We'll figure out. Let's see what the penalty is here. As they're going to break, I'm watching this feed here that is a little bit behind, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But the Sabres going back to the power play. They're already 2 for 4 on the night. They can try to extend the game, extend their lead. The Sabres going on to the power play in a minute. The penalty was on Sergachev. Yeah, this feed's really behind, so I wouldn't know what the penalty is. Well, let's see. I don't know what the penalty was for, but anyways, we'll break, and I'll let you know what the penalty is on the other side. It is currently right now 5-2. The Sabres lead the Lightning. The Sabres on the power play, minute 50 left in it. And it's going to be Mikhail Sergachev for kneeing. That's the second kneeing penalty of the game because Dahlin got a kneeing penalty earlier. Sabres 2 for 4 on the penalty on the power play tonight. As we bring you back, it's 5-2 Sabres, 7:15 left to go in the third period. They lead by 3. Bogosian, shorthanded into the zone, will just dump it deep and around the zone for Hagel. Hagel gets it back to Bogosian, and it will just be back into the Sabres zone. Minute 15 left in the power play for the Sabres. And it's going to be Dahlin drops it back for Tage Thompson. Thompson will just bring it up forward and gains Lightning zone, but loses control. And Ross Colton will just flip it deep down. And Janot was there. No one really looked. And the Sabres and the Lightning have a chance, and they score shorthanded. And it's 5-3 now. Oh, man. And the Sabres look lazy there, slow to the puck, and all, all what, all that hard work there earlier in this game now has calmed down to a 2-goal game. It's just the Sabres look like they were either on a change or just slow to get back. Tanner Janot up into the middle and just pokes it through, gives it to Klar. No one's around him. He makes one move into the back of the net. Easy enough. His 16th on the season. And that's shorthanded as they will lead. The Sabres lead has now came down from what was at 1.4 down to 2. With 6.5 left in third. Quick shot there by Nick Paul. That puck is still in the zone. Remember, the Sabres still on the power play here as Quinn gains the Lightning line and loses control. And now the Lightning are back in the game. They have some momentum. Bogosian across ice pass to Ian Cole. His shot is going to be blocked by Power. 15 seconds left in the Sabres' man advantage. Across ice pass, Jack Quinn. Wait, shoots. Sack shot just goes high and wide into the stanchion and out of play. Again, just the Sabres. Again, they have to keep this lead. They know that this game is an important game to win. We're quickly we get a quick second. I'm gonna check the out of town scoreboard. Let you know what's going around in the NHL. We'll let you know after we'll let you know next whistle. As the Sabres win the draw, 4 seconds left in the man advantage. They got Tyson Jost. Jost down in the right side. Gets one off there by number 43. Sorry, Hedman. Colton. The Sabres still keep it in the zone with dump it deep Jost. 5.5 left in the third period. The Islanders already have won their game, so they have to keep these 2 points in the bag. The Islanders won 4-1, and the Rangers and the Bruins lead right now 2-1 on ABC. And here comes Kyle Okposo, who stick drags through. No call. No call. He was tripped up. The fans are rowdy. They need a call, and they're not going to get it. 5:10 left to go. And Joseph was also knocked down. Still no call. The fans are rowdy, and the Lightning come back the other side. As the monster shot that goes wide. And that one is still behind the Sabres net. Back to Ian Cole. Save there by Comrie. Comrie coming in clutch in the later half of the third period here in downtown Buffalo. Two big points on the line for the Sabres. Now these 2 points become even more important because the Islanders have won, who right now at this second, because this game's not over, they're 6 points behind. It looks like there's going to be a penalty called. No, there's not going to be a penalty called. That he had his hand up in the air. He just waved it off, I think. Back around the zone. Labushkin behind the net still. Labushkin flips it out, gets it back, but he can't leave. And Sergachev at the point gives the pair his shot. He whipped on it or was blocked by Labushkin, and the Sabres get out of the zone and into the Lightning zone. And with Middlesex got on his horse, but couldn't get it back, and the Bogosian comes back the other way, loses the puck at center ice, and here's middle set into the Lightning zone. Cross ice pass goes off the boards and onto Cousin's stick. He gets it. He gets hit by Maroon, but this puck's still in the Lightning zone, and well, Perry got high stick, but no call. Maroon, Kalorn, 3.5 to go. Third period, Shurchev behind his own net. The Sabres lead by 2 in downtown Buffalo. Bogosian gets it. The puck gets it back. They just need to stay consistent in the final 3 minutes of this game. Pyrrhix point gets behind the net. Stays in the Sabre zone. Fans chanting, "Let's go, Buffalo," to give this team some energy. Shot that was blocked on its way through. Pyrrhix, quick shot off the pad of Comrie, saved there by Comrie again. Off the back of Comrie, and it spills out. Comrie coming in clutch. 2:45 left to go in the third period. Killorn keeps the puck in the Sabre zone. Keeps it Pyrrhix. Quick shot. He stick handles his way through. Hagel, the net is empty for Tampa Bay. It's 6-on-5 as they change. 2.5 left to go as the Sabres lead by 2. They need these 2 points to stay within 4 of the New York Islanders who already won today 4-1. Sorelli dumps it in deep behind the Sabres net. Gergensons is there. Back around, loses control, but the puck is in front. And it's going to be wrapped around the Sabres net up to the point. 2 minutes to play. Third period, Sabres lead by 2. Shot there, it was wide. As Hedman back to the points. Sergachev. Hedman walks the line. The shot just goes a little bit wide. And that puck is going to leave the zone and will go all the way down for an icing with 1:44 left in the third period. It came down to the wire as, man, Tage Thompson, a goal and an assist in this game. He's at 82 points. That makes him fifth in the NHL point leaders today. As the faceoff won there by the Sabres, but the Lightning are first to the puck. Back up to the point, Sergachev. There's Hagel. Back to Sergachev. Quick shot that goes wide. Edmonds there. A minute and a half left to go. Third period. Sabres lead by 2. They need these 2 points to stay within 4 points of the Islanders. Hedman at the points. Sergachev. Hedman. That was not Hedman. That was Hagel. Sorry. Sergachev. At the point in the middle of the ice there, the puck back back down to Hagel. Hagel, Killorn behind the Sabres net. Hagel wraps it all the way around Sergachev. 1 minute to play in the third period in downtown Buffalo. Sabres lead by 2. Hagel, 2-man there on Lyubushkin and Okposo. And there it is. And that puck still can't get out. The Sabres, 45 seconds to go. They lead by 2. And then they will get it out of the zone. That's the board and just goes wide, but it's not an icing because it hit off the boards. 35 seconds to go. Sabres lead by 2. A win here keeps them within 4 points, and that's going to be icing. And then they're going to have to put the goalie back on the ice as the fans here in Buffalo salute salute this team for their hard work and perseverance today. The Sabres are now 31.5 seconds away from staying within 4 points of the Islanders. They have they have Edmonton next, and then they will play those Islanders. 25 to go. That puck will just be at center ice. It's stuck to the boards. 19 seconds left. They don't care. That puck can stay wherever it needs to be. Back out. Perry save by Comrie coming in clutch again. 10 seconds to go. Fans on their feet. 5 seconds to go. This puck will be lifted out of the zone, and that will do it The Sabres win 5-3. The fans on their feet. They stay within 4 of the Islanders. They have Edmonton on Monday, and then they will have those Islanders on Tuesday night in at the UBS Arena. What a game. What a finish for the Sabres. They did allow 2 in the second, but they stayed with it. They stuck with it. And I thank you for listening to this broadcast of my first broadcast of the Buffalo Sabres. Don't know if we're going to be live next week for the next game. I don't know if I'm going to do a Sabres game. I most likely will do a Sabres game because I will do array of sports. Baseball coming in the summer, in the spring and summer. And thank you for, and I will now again thank you for listening. Give this, give the channel a thumbs up because there will be plenty of live games throughout throughout the rest of the hockey season and throughout the NHL playoffs. March Madness is coming. We have a couple games of March Madness, and then we'll head into the NHL playoffs. We'll also have baseball, so there's a lot to look forward to this channel, to tons of live streams. So give the this channel a subscribe to the channel. That's what I mean. Subscribe to the channel because we'll also have clips of the podcast. I'm gonna try to stay as hard as I can, get clips of the podcast on here. Full episodes of the podcast also are on here. uh, you can sit down and listen to if you have when you have the time. You can also listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, and some other directories as well. My name is Paul Casper Zach. You've been watching the Buffalo Sabres on Buffalo Live the Sabres. Stay within 4 points of the New York Islanders. They win 5-3 today. Have a great rest of your day.